When I was younger, I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. All these years later, I'm still none the wiser. Careers advice is often unhelpful. It's fine if you know what you want to be, let's say a doctor or a teacher, because then your path is set. You know what qualifications you need, what college or university to go to, and so on. For most young people, however, it's a very difficult decision, and the choices are often not clear. This is why I'm setting out to try and help. I'm meeting with people who have different jobs. These are not ordinary professions, but slightly more unusual jobs than you might find on a typical careers advisors list. It could be that one of these sparks an interest for you. But more than that, what I hope to capture is the advice that these people have to offer. They will share their experiences, their life stories, their mistakes, and also their secrets for success. We very rarely have all the answers in life, but what we do gain as we grow older is wisdom and experience. And I'd like to gather as much of this as possible and share it with you so that you can benefit from better advice than I had. So I'm just waiting in the car for a few moments to avoid the weather, which you can see is not great this morning. I'm dressed in my gym stuff, my training gear, because I'm going to the gym. This is a gym run by a personal trainer, and I thought I'd ask him a little bit about his background, how he got into this, how he set the gym up, what he does, and it would make for quite an interesting episode. So there we go, should be good. Right, I better brave this. Morning.
Morning, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm very good,
Good
yourself?
to see you, yeah. Ready to go?
Oh yeah, let's have some fun.
All right. Tom Powell is a fitness instructor and personal trainer based in the Black Country in the West Midlands. As well as working for the Pure Gym fitness chain, he has a gym in Kingswinford where he creates specialised training programs for his clients. After a typically exhausting session, I asked him a bit about his background and how he came to work in the fitness industry.
Believe it or not, I wanted to keep this as a hobby first.
Right.
I didn't want to go into this industry straight away. I thought, I'll keep it as something for myself. I wanted to go into the fire service first.
Oh, okay.
But being that it was a bad time for the fire service, you couldn't get into it. Well, I couldn't anyway. So I thought I need a backup plan. What do I love to do? Train.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I've never looked back. I'm very, very happy that I did it.
Yeah.
It's definitely me. Control my own hours, get to meet people like yourself. It's all good.
So what age were you when you wanted to be a fireman? You wanted to join the fire service?
18.
Okay.
So quite early on, yes.
And that was suddenly like something that just came to you, or had you been thinking about it for a while? Or?
I like to try and think ahead to the future. I like to try and, as much as I can, think of my future, where I'm going to be. And after I applied, I can't remember the exact numbers, but there's a lot of people applied for a little amount of jobs. So I didn't get into it, and that's fine. So what can I do instead?
Okay.
And I've always trained since I was like 13, 14. Didn't know what I was doing at the start, but I got into it, and then honestly never looked back.
So when you were, let's go back then. So when you were 13 and 14,
yes,
I'm guessing PE, games at school.
Yeah, well, my dad also bought me some dumbbells, a bench, a barbell, and goes, I wanted to work out, just do some stuff, go have some fun, go play and see what happens. And I caught the bug straight away.
Yeah.
Got into it and started training every other night to start with, just to get a feel for it, and perfect.
And did you have, did you have friends who were into similar things, or were you quite...
Yeah, so I got them into training. So I had a few friends that when I asked for some stuff like this, they'd come and join me in for sessions. Mm-hmm. They'd come and work out together and get a feel for it, and that always helps. When you can help your friends and have a laugh with it and a joke with it, it initiates that start, doesn't it? Yeah.
Whilst it was clear that Tom caught the fitness bug at an early age, it was still a leap to have made it his full-time career. Opening a gym, for instance, must have been a daunting prospect.
Yeah, in lockdown. So when everything was going, well, down in the country, I met her because everything was closing, my gym was closing, so I needed some more places to come and go. So we met her, me and my brother, who's also a personal trainer, and we helped kit it out.
Right.
So we put some kettlebells, some dumbbells, some barbells and whatnot in to make it our own. So when we come here, we do a bit of PT in a different environment to keep it fresh.
Did you find, because that was obviously a time where everybody was either working from home or staying at home, did you find that there was still an appetite for people trying to...
Do you know, it was mad. Everybody wanted to train, and because we got a big shutter here, we could open that up and it was warm as well. It was nice for them to get out of the house, do something different and actually do something. It was probably one of the busier times, to be honest.
Right.
That and straight after COVID was mental.
Yeah.
People couldn't wait to get out of that funk and get into doing something different. It was great.
So what was involved really in setting this up? Obviously you found the location, you found the building.
Yes. So we literally, we needed some more options because when we realised that we couldn't PT out of normal, we needed to look at what could we do differently. And we chatted to a few people, to be honest, and my brother knew her through, I think it's through the school. And
your brother works out as well, he's a PT.
Yes, exactly. Both PTs, it's great. And we had a chat with her, we went, look, how much would it be for us to come and use your unit? We'll put stuff in here, we'll make it our own as well. And had a great conversation with her, she was very, very helpful. We used to run a class here as well, to help her out as well, and it was great. It worked well and we've got on really well, even to this day. A couple of years later, and we still get on well, still use the space.
Yeah. And has it evolved much? I mean, I'm guessing you started from scratch.
Well, it's interesting because when we first came in here, there was obviously your boxing back here, being an MMA unit, but we brought, I'll say, a few dumbbells and a few barbells in, and she's added a few bits in as well. She brought the stiff machine in and stuff like that. Paint jobs, like all the walls have been changed, and they've really updated it well. It keeps changing, it keeps adapting, because the one thing about fitness, it goes through trends.
Yeah.
So you have to go on to the next thing, onto the next thing, onto the next thing, otherwise you lose out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what she's done, and to be fair, it's worked out well. So you've got to put what they enjoy has to be involved in it.
Yeah.
If they don't enjoy it, they won't stick to it. So we have to sit there and we talk through goals, short, medium and long term. We talk through diet, injuries and a general chat. Get to know them as a person. I then put them through a little workout. Nothing major, just to see where they're currently at.
Right.
Whether it's, see what their fitness is like, what their mobility is like, and then I can gauge that from there. I then take all that information I've got. Let's say they want to lose weight. I will then think, okay then, so this one wants to lose weight, we're going to start burning calories. So we're going to start off with doing a bit of cardio. We're then going to do a little bit of weights to build a little bit of core strength and make it more functional.
Right.
By doing that, depending on how many days they want to train in the week, but then you structure, let's say they're going to train 3 times a week. I will then go, okay, we're going to do a little bit of legs on this day. You're then going to do a bit of push, which is chest and tries, and a bit of shoulders, and then you do a bit of pull, which is biceps and back. So you break down the muscle groups as you go along. Therefore, you can train multiple times without injuring yourself or making it a lot less likely to injure yourself.
Right. Right. And setting goals, I guess, is a big part of what you're looking to do.
It's so important, because the problem we have nowadays is that everybody wants something instantly. And that's where fad diets come involved, where I want to get away from that. So I sit down, okay, short term, where do you want to be? If they say something which is way too like, I want to lose 2 stone, I will go, look, all you want to do really is lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, because that's healthy and maintainable, which is the key part of it. There's no point losing 2 stone if you put it back on straight away. So if you can get to them to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week consistently, before you know it, they're great. They feel a lot better. And I have to bring them around to more way of thinking occasion. I have to go, you're going too hard too soon. You need to bring it back a little bit. Because I'm a big fan on measurements. I love measurements because you can see what's going on with the body. You check the waist, and if you've lost no weight, but you've lost an inch off your waist, you've clearly lost fat.
Yeah.
And when I get them to understand, they start seeing results in that way, they get on board quite quickly. I'll tell you something. I've got a lady that I train. She's a bit older and she loves boxing.
Right.
To see her adapt from just being basic, not really sure how to punch, how to move, and not really enjoying the gym.
So she was boxing before, or she wanted to?
She got into boxing with me.
Right,
and
okay.
She weren't really a fan of the gym. She started coming,
Right.
she kept leaving, coming in and out. And I've trained her now for years.
Right.
Probably about 6-7 years. To this point now, she still boxes. She's very, very good at it, and she loves it. It's to see that commitment in her, that she's gone from being a bit about the gym, I'm not sure about it, to I love boxing, I can't wait to go in and hit pads, and just the difference in her confidence. I mean, she's lost quite a lot of weight as well, to be honest, but to see her confidence change and her whole mindset change, that is the best feeling. That is the most reward, as a PT, that's the most rewarding thing you can do.
Yeah.
Given everything that he has built up and the sheer commitment that it has taken to become a successful personal trainer, I was interested to ask Tom what his advice would be to those interested in working in the fitness industry, and also what the most rewarding aspect of his job was.
The hardest thing starting. So the biggest problem PTs have is when you first start, you're making no money. You're literally coming in and you've got nothing. So you have to build from nothing to get a few clients, show that you're good at what you do, put the time, put the effort in to start getting clients, get recognised, and then you make a bit of money from it. When you first start, it's very, very difficult. You see it's one of the most high turnover industries out there. You get so many people that come in a couple of months to leave, and I've seen a lot of PTs do that in my time because they don't realise how hard it's going to be to start. But if you stick it in and you get it done and you work, you'll be fine. It's actually where I've actually trained a few PTs before they become like, they've wanted to PT, so they PT with me to get a feel for it. And I tell them all the goodness of it. You work for yourself, have as much time off as you want, holidays. I tell them the hard side of it, you start from nothing, so you've got to build, you've got to be willing to put the work in, work on social hours. I tell them the balance of it all. But what I always say to them is, if you're good at what you do, you'll be fine. If you're a salesman trying to make money, I don't think you'll last in the industry. You need to have a bit of passion about sport and fitness and to want to help people to make it. Definitely. I work every day. I want to do as much as I can do now, save up for the future to build on. So the way I see it now is I like to invest, I like to do more things. So I like to have things in many ways, so I make sure that I am out there doing what I can do. PTing is not really an old man's job. Right. You're going to struggle. So you have to get ahead of the game with that for me. You have to put time when you're young, build up, you can go through your 40s, no problem, and then make a decision after that. For myself...
So you're almost thinking like a sportsman. You see sportsmen, they've got a certain amount of time.
This is exactly the thing where, why would someone young want to train with someone old? And you got to think, why would they want to be with you? So that's what you have to take in mind. The way I see it for myself, when I'm 50, 55, I won't be PT anymore. I've done what I had to at that point and I will move on to something different. But that's my goal in my mind. I want to get to that point, work on my arse off and do as much as I can do, and then get to that point. Yeah. Simple as that.
What's the most rewarding part of this job?
Seeing people get the goals. When you see someone, like for instance, I've had people like trying to get healthier, fitter to have a baby. When you see them finally get pregnant and they're healthy and they can do it now, they've been told they have to lose weight, that is the most rewarding thing going.
Right.
When they lose a couple of stone and they're thrilled or through a wedding and they've lost weight for it, that is by far the greatest feeling.
So you become invested in what they're doing
massively,
outside, it's not just
massively.
fitness.
When I'm doing their measurements and their check-ins, I'm invested as much as they are. If they have not lost, I've not lost, and definitely involved.
Yeah.
It's great.
Right, well I'm exhausted now, so thank you as usual.
You're very welcome. You did good.
Thank you, yeah. Well, I mean, it's obviously a fantastic place, so it's keeping you busy.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, good luck and all the best with it. But
thank you very much.
I'm going to go home for a rest now.
You go and enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
So as ever, I'm exhausted now, having just come out of the gym. But this was obviously a little bit different. I wanted to really speak to Tom about his background, his experience, what led him into being a PT. He's obviously always been interested in fitness, in health. You know, personal training and working in a gym is a fantastic career. But I think more than that, you know, he's interested in people, what makes people tick, what motivates them. You know, he's invested in people's lives, really. And that's where he gets his motivation to drive the success. And I can safely say from experience that he's got results with me. So, yeah, a really interesting guy to speak to, and I think, you know, he's done fantastically well with this gym here, so I think he's got a good future ahead. Clearly, with the sort of hard work and commitment and dedication, it's perfectly feasible to make a go of the sort of career that Tom has got. Yes, he's had to work hard to get his own gym, his own space, but he really invests in people. He's a people person, and he understands what makes people tick. And now I think I'm going home for a rest.